Hello and welcome to my channel. Excuse me while I clear my throat. It's that time of year. Okay, hopefully that's it for for this reading. Hello, my channel. My name's Rochelle, and my channel is Inviting Possibilities. And thank you so much for being here. I'm going to be doing a love reading for Scorpio, wherever you might have Scorpio in your chart. We all have it somewhere. I happen to have it as my rising sign. But yeah, it's my intention. There's something in here for everyone. And my readings are timeless. So whenever you catch this is the right time for you. But if it doesn't resonate, no need to try and make it fit. You will know if it does or doesn't. And I have lots of other videos on my channel. So you can see other placements, see past readings. Find something that does resonate. So anyway, I'm going to be doing the Celtic Cross and see what we see for Scorpio. What's going on for Scorpio in love? Let me do one more shuffle here. Not a very good one. That's all right. So overall energy, we've got the King of Air. That's interesting because he peeked out at me when I was shuffling. So King of Air, very, very strategic, logical. Only the facts, ma'am, can be kind of cold. Head over heart, always, always, always. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. What's the current situation? Jojo, welcome. Doing a little cross watching. Excuse me. Yeah, there might be some throat clearing today. I'm so sorry. All right. A lot of readers I follow are also dealing with this. Okay. So this is what's going on right now. Currently. Yeah. We got the 9 of Earth. Well, this is the card of being single. This is being very self-reliant, being independent, doing your own thing, getting yourself to that place of feeling very set in your life. You don't need anyone else to help get you where you want to go or where you want to be. Understanding how to nurture something in your life all on your own. What's your challenge? I will look it up. DJ Cool. Your challenge is the 5 of water. This is dealing with some emotions, some loss, some grief. Emotions ebb and flow. Sometimes you're feeling okay. Sometimes it's kind of overwhelming. You kind of are overcome by those feelings. The thing about the fives in general, the 5 of water, is that it's moving out of the worst of the grief. It's a card of change, of moving from one thing to the next thing. I've got some neighbors feeling cold right now. Okay, so what happened in the recent past? The 4 of water. That's so interesting because I was just going to speak to the 4 of water. Because the 4 of water is this card of like, feeling kind of disappointed, feeling kind of wah wah, like you don't like the options that you have available to you. There's nothing going on with the 4 of water, even things that are being presented to you. You just cross your arms at them. You're like, I don't know. And so in this deck, it's very much about contemplation, introspection, just the thinking about what do you want? Thinking about what's happened in the past. There's definitely some grief here in letting something go. Mitchell's back. Cancer. Nice. Cancer sun, I assume. My moon is in Cancer. All right, so this is the near future. We've got the Justice card. Gaining gaining some kind of justice, gaining some kind of balance from the situation. It's been painful, it's been sad. There have been a lot of emotions being up in your feels, but it's it's okay. It's going to work out. This is you coming to a place of power, coming back into your power. Um, what are you currently consciously aware of? Two of air. That there is a stalemate, that things feel very uncertain. You want things to go a certain way. Dealing with someone who also wants things to go a certain way, and you unfortunately are not on the same page. Two's about wanting to find balance, and you do eventually get there. Um, well, I will be clarifying these, but it's like, sometimes you're able to compromise and move forward together. Sometimes you just have to agree to disagree and move, go your separate ways. What is going on in your subconscious? What are you not aware of? The King of Water. That you may be really stubborn. You may be like, I don't care about this person. I don't know. Left me feeling disappointed, sad, hurt, all these things. But deep down, you've got you still have a lot of big feelings. Maybe this because the King of Water, he's very emotionally balanced. So going through your grief, as you're moving through this situation of struggle, of butting heads, you are leveling up. It's that idea that things happen for us, not to us. We can feel like a victim sometimes, especially when we're in this place of feeling the grief, when we're really in it. But somehow you're gaining some kind of clarity, some kind of understanding. This is helping you to become more compassionate, more loving, more kind, just to yourself, to others in your life, more balanced. Okay. Um, so I want to know, what do I want to know? Suddenly my mind went blank. What do we do here? This um oh my god, why can I not think of the next thing? Um okay, I'm just going to wing it. So that's what I do. Okay. So um I want to know what what your person thinks about you. Four of air. This is how they see you. They see you as taking the time to rest and heal. You know, developing some kind of meditation practice. Maybe you're taking the time to take care of yourself. This is a card of retreat, of doing your own thing. This is how you get to this place of being independent because you're putting yourself first. Uh What are your hopes and fears? Yeah, I think I'm on the right track. What are your hopes and fears? Eight of Earth. This card is all about throwing yourself into something that you really enjoy, that you're very good at. You're continuing to build your mastery, becoming grounded through doing something that is very creative, that fills your, it's good for your soul in some way. um so maybe it's that you're hoping, I'm kind of getting that you're hoping that through doing this, through focusing on yourself, through healing, um, that you're going to gain some kind of mastery around the situation, around yourself and your emotions, become more grounded. But there could be this fear, being Scorpio, that somehow you're going to lose yourself or lose, what's important to you. I'm kind of getting that huh. Why would this well, I'm gonna clarify. Let me just stop right there. I'll finish with these cards and then I'll clarify. So God, my brain is not working very well today. I want to know what your advice is. Advice from the tarot. We got the Four of Fire. This is sort of like acting as if you don't know what's coming. You feel like you might never feel happy again, especially in those times when the emotions kind of overtake you. But it's understanding that you are going to get through this. You absolutely are. You've made it through 100% of your worst days. You're going to make it through this too. And this is a card of like being with others, celebrating. There's, harmony in your relationships. Sometimes this can be a card of marriage, long-term commitment. It's not letting that worst case scenario thinking to overtake you. You know you are not going to be single for the rest of your life unless you choose that. You certainly can. A lot of people do. That's just fine. But I'm getting that no, that's not what you want. You want someone who is on the same page. So, keep your sights set on the horizon. And oh, I didn't ask. Let me try this again. Um, what's the outcome? What is the outcome? Messenger of Earth. I think this is you being willing to put in the effort to into yourself, into creating a stable environment for yourself, getting grounded, knowing that it takes effort to get yourself where you want to be. That in order to be in any kind of healthy relationship, romantic or otherwise, you have to learn how to put yourself first. Not in a way where you're like, "Screw everyone else, it's only about me." It's more like, "Okay, how can I take care of myself so that I have enough to give everyone else?" And then there's a big there are a lot of people who have trouble with this, myself included. Um, but it's being dedicated, being hardworking, dedicated to the things that are important to you, that are important to your happiness. Okay. Um yeah. So, let me see. What am I doing? I always end up doing this. I don't like I, I'm very much winging it. I'm picking up my what are they called? My oracle cards. They are my Avalon. Wisdom of Avalon. There we go. Thank you, brain. I want to get a little bit of clarification on what's going on here. You've got the owl, deception and wisdom. This is a card of getting to that point where you can see very clearly where someone has potentially been deceiving you, where you have been deceiving yourself. Gaining that wisdom from the new perspective. And through doing that, you come to this place of joy. This is inevitable. This is what's coming. This is why you need to keep your sights set on the horizon. Joy is coming. You just have to trust and believe that that is truly what's meant for you. It's what's meant for all of us. The only reason any of us end up not in joy is because we hold ourselves back. The fear overtakes us. When we're overtaken by fear, we start to make poor choices, poor decisions that aren't for our best. I don't know. I kind of did a sweeping statement there. Um, sometimes we are presented with really intense, sometimes horrible situations that we have no control over. However, we always have control over our reaction to things. It makes me think of this movie that I saw. Um, oh, Probably not going to think of it or think of it. Think of the correct title. It's like life. It's called like Life is Beautiful or something. It's um it's about a family in Italy. I think the main character is Italian, and it's during the when the Nazis were taking over, and he and his family were split up. He and his wife were split up. His wife was not Jewish, he was, and so therefore his son was. And so he went with his son to the camp to try and um make the best life for his son that he could. And he like did all these things to try and like convince them that his son was actually German, um, not Jewish, and he didn't look Jewish. Typical. Anyway, and the wife was not, but then because her family was going, she chose to also say she was Jewish. Anyway, the whole point of the movie was that no matter how bad things got, this guy, this dad, he was always trying to look at the good side of things. He was always trying to be silly to try and lift his son's spirits. And so um, it's that kind of energy that we're dealing with here, where it's been tough. You've had a lot of grief, you've had a lot of big emotions, but it doesn't have to take you down. Get sucked in by the undertow. The butterfly, beauty. Yeah, this is focusing on the beauty of life. This is your transformation happens through doing this. I'm kind of feeling like there's so many times, so many people kind of have this thing like if I'm if I'm alone, then I can't be happy. I have to find my person. I have to find someone to be in a relationship with, and then I'll be happy. And it doesn't work that way. What happen if you go into a situation that way, you're going in with an empty cup. You're saying, I don't feel good about myself. I don't know how to make myself happy by myself. So Therefore, I need someone to make me happy. No one can make us anything. Only we can do that. And so it's understanding, it's learning how to make yourself happy, content, all the things. Being okay being on your own, being single, getting out of that space of desperation that you have to be in a relationship because that's the only way. I don't know. Yeah, it's a very pervasive thing. I think it comes a lot from fairy tales. Happily ever after. The maiden is saved, and it's understanding that you are the one that's there to save you, not anybody else. No one else really can. And that's why so many relationships end in disappointment. That's why divorce rates are so high, because people are expecting their significant others to fulfill them in some way that's just not possible. So anyway, focusing on the beauty, focusing on what fulfills you. And it's not to say that can't happen in a relationship, but you got to know how to fulfill yourself. And the Grail Knight, romance, illusion, in seeking the sacred, moving beyond illusion, beyond self-deception, seeing things as they really are, seeing clearly. This is about focusing on romance for the sake of romance, not for the sake of feeling better about yourself. A sacred connection is the two of you knowing that there is more to things than just than just the passion, than just the, you know, here we are in this moment, that honeymoon phase. That passion dies. The honeymoon phase eventually ends, and then what do you have left? When you have a sacred connection, you understand that there's a bigger energy, a divine hand in things. When you have your relationship, um, really, what's the word? When you have a strong relationship with your higher power, then it doesn't matter what happens. Then the two of you can come together with full cups and be able to share with one another. You can retreat to your corners and know that you can fill your cup yourself. You're never mostly not, I can't say never, mostly not leaning on someone, telling them, well, you have to make me happy or I'm out of here. I mean, that's kind of how it goes so often. So anyway, there's your there's your love reading for today. I was gonna say there's your lecture. Oh, believe me, I'm speaking to myself as much as anybody watching. It's tricky. It's tricky, but this seems to be the energy of what we're moving into on a mass scale in the collective. People are waking up. They're starting to understand that they have everything they need within them to fulfill themselves, to make the changes that are right for them. This shows up in my readings over and over and over again. Self empowerment. And that's where your happiness lies. And that's where you're going to end up, in this place of fulfillment, long term connection that is actually something that you've always wanted. So there we are. There we are. There's your ooh, that's an interesting one. Passion dies, desire stays. I like that. I'm gonna have to think about that. Um yeah. Jojo, as far as a card, that would be good for me. You need to email me because it'd be so much better to like have a back and forth that way. But I have several that could work. Um I don't I don't know exactly. So maybe you can help give me some feedback. Email me. That'd be awesome. All right. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing.